Because hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some people that will join. Now then, Aaron, good evening, bud. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, David. I thought I'd just stick myself online, evening Vince, and let you know what's going on. I've just tried to create a broadcast in StreamYard, and StreamYard is down and has been down since 6:45 this evening. So unfortunately, we can't go live in the normal format, and I won't be able to do the koi appreciation this evening, which is a bit of a kick in teeth. One other issue we've got, Matt from Howie Koi is in the process of taking care and looking after his dog's pups, along with his dog, and his wife's not feeling too cracky, so he's having the night off. Rick's supposed to be joining us. It's not, you can't use your StreamYard. All StreamYard's offline. It's gone off. It's got an outage. So apparently StreamYard is not working. So we've got to play it like this for a little bit. But I just thought, I didn't want everybody thinking, oh, it's not going live. I've been sat here since 5 to 7 trying to get it to work, trying to look up. And every time I go, let's spin this round so you can see. There we go. So if I go to StreamYard here now, I get this little signal that comes up there that says no healthy upstream. But yet the rest of my internet works perfectly fine, so it's not my side. So I did a quick look and a bit of a research and had a look on their actual system online, and unfortunately it no longer works. As in today, we've got this outage. So if I go back there to try a login to StreamYard and go for it there, you just get that error coming up every time. It's not a case of have I tried or have I used or have I got anything else. I'm live now, but I can't bring up all the rest of it so that you guys can see what's going on, or bring up the fish and everything else, because they're all on my PC, they're all on my system. So Crafty says, mine's working fine. You need OBS, guys. I've already got it, mate. I've had it for years. I used to use it for online streaming for a little. I even reset my router. I've even unplugged everything and plugged it all back in. I've even forced Windows to do an update, and that has actually updated, and that still didn't rectify the issue. Now the whole other thing I've got is a lot of command prompts and stuff to type in that I can do to do a DNS file flush and all the rest of that shit, but I really haven't got the time to be doing that whilst trying to be live for you guys. So I just thought I'd stick my head on and let you all, well, first of all, let's show you these. Let's see if we can make these look visible. First one there is, if we can we zoom in? There's the new Goshki Sankey just down here. There, should I say, just whizzed over there now. There's Marie's new Sankey, just whizzing across here. And we have got the new little Kahaku there, which was gifted just here, which was gifted by Mark Oxo. Thank you very much, mate. And my new Ginrin Kahaku there. And then on top of that, I have my new Kiyetsuri, which is just here. It's coming along there now. My new Kiyetsuri. What was that? Missed that comment there. One sec. Mine's working fine. You need OSB. Got that one. Turn it on and off again. Love OSB. It can be a pain in the set. I've got it all set up already, but it's not the same. It doesn't work. You can't share up files. You can't bring on more than one people. You can't have backstage areas and all that lot. not as easy as what StreamYard is. And obviously, if I'm using StreamYard, how many did you pay for? I've paid for 10, mate, and that's still up and running. It's not even done 12 months, so it should still all be as was. McCoy, it says hello. Susan says hi, Mark. Farmer McCoy says good evening, Coysters. Beautiful fish. That acer is amazing too. Thank you very much, Rye. It does look quite nice now, doesn't it? As it grows over the top. Oh, let's zoom back out a bit. It wants pruning a little bit, just to tidy these side bits up. Oh, you mean koi? How many have I got? How many koi have I got? I don't know. Yeah, count them. That many. I think there's 24 or 25. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Nah, that's not right. I got 29 then, but that can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29. Shit. Yeah. I got 29. Perhaps a few too many. But yeah, 29, and they're all doing well. Everything is back to normal. We seem to have got rid of the flukes. Oh, check this out. Look at this. Our son has had a crew cut, stripped him. He's got his summer coat on. We're getting too hot, so Marie's was cut him all tail off, all his fluffiness and everything. It looks like a whippet gone wrong. Oh man. So, but it was getting way too warm, so yeah, he's had a buzz cut. How many bubbles? Yeah, quite a few bubbles in there. Look, quite a lot on it. A bit of protein in there, but I have been holding off at feed a little bit. It goes when I put some food on. But not always necessarily protein. Can also sometimes be to do with algae as well. My standard poodle has a mohawk. Not as bad as your 50 in your main pond. My God. I've even tried, it's got to be my account, because I've even tried logging into it. Let me spin this around again. I've even tried logging into it on my mobile. Got the same thing on my mobile. So, but that's obviously connecting to the same network. I don't know if it's just us that's got an issue, or a purple mohawk at that. Oh my God, Susan. So I have got everybody's fish, and there was loads sent in as well. There's absolutely tons of them that have been sent in this week. I even got yours too, Susan. So I've got everybody's. I'm just going to have to run it over and redo it again next week, and just I can't do tomorrow evening because I'm doing an auction live with exclusively Koi in the WhatsApp group, so I can't do that, and I've got my grandsons up, so I don't want to be running over and taking up family time. Ah, there we go. Thank you very much. Well, Marie did as well. She checked it, mate, online, and she got it up saying that it's been off since 7:15. So you've just pinged. In your account, guys, I've just pinged the server and it's down. Sweet. At least I'm not. At least I thought there was something wrong. This might sound a bit weird. This might sound a bit strange. I thought there was something weird going on my PC, because I was coming downstairs and my keyboard was staying lit up. But as it happens, I found out it was another setting. But it were making me think that there was some issue with my PC, and I have been having a couple of issues where someone keeps trying to hack into my Google account, but they can't get through the password. So every time they get there, they try a couple of attempts and then get kicked off, and then it logs me out. So, but I just keep changing it every time. So I thought there might have been a bit of something iffy going on at first, but obviously not. Let's catch up with him. Crafty says mine's fine. I wonder if it's something to do with an area then, Crafter. Vince looks like a ball of doom. Has been working overtime, it certainly does. Holy moly, Vince. Vince, 67 too many. Here, look, Mark, while you're on, I'm going to show you, look. It's not grown massively, that one, but there is the little kahaku that I purchased alongside my, yeah, mind them bubbles out of the way, you'll see it coming back down, alongside my other one that I purchased from work as well, and then Marie's Sankey. But they've all been doing well. They've all been feeding good. But they are seriously spooked. So I'm wondering if the heron's been back round again. Which one? I've actually got 3 in there now. I got this one here, which I bought at. You just see there. I got that Sankey there, behind that one. I've then got Tancho Sankey there, which has got a freaking slice out of its benny spot. And then I've got the other Sankey, which is down here, which is from exclusively koi. And then Marie's new Sankey there as well. Just running across the back there. And then the Goshki Sankey, which is in there. The Goshki Sankey, yeah, I like it, it's lovely. This is my favourite. Gaz and everyone else here tonight. Evening, Gwen. The Goshki Sankey. Gaz, try logging into a VPN. That's something I actually do need to get. My wife's got one, but I don't have one. That blackbird. Little acorns, Gaz. Little acorns. What on? What are you on about, little acorns? Little acorns grow mighty oak trees. Mixed Cowpen says, good evening, Gaz, and everyone else. And yeah, main reason for doing this was just to basically, yeah, come sit with me inside the bush. Was just to come out and let you know that we couldn't go live because of StreamYard being down. But I guess it might have been a good idea before I went live if I actually told the lads as well. Rick's taken his young boy to I can't remember what he said. I think it was a squash match, something like that. He's playing in a competition, or he's in a game. So Rick's had to take him, but he was taking him at 7:30, so he said be late. Matt's washed out because he's on nanny duties for puppies, and Crafty obviously would have been coming on, but I didn't send him a link. So Crafty, we're not going live tonight, mate. We've got a technical issue, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it sorted out. I was wondering if something had happened to you guys. I'm glad you've come on at least. Well, yeah, I got so much shit last time for having a life outside of YouTube that I thought I better I'd do, because everybody were giving me a bit of crap. But, well, no major, but yeah. I suppose the right thing to do was, I did post to say that I was trying to, careful Gaz's bushes. This one you've got to be careful in, Dave, because it has all these tiny little, shit, hang about, let me show you. It has all these tiny little berries on them, but all these little flowers, all these little flowers open up, and it normally has tons and tons and tons of bees on it. So I thought, what better thing to do than to make a nice seating area to sit at underneath, because even if it rains then I can sit here and still sit here and you don't get that wet, so it's not that bad. But unfortunately I can't go live under the normal format. But I think we've managed to get the flukes under control and give them a double PP treatment. One day missed, and then next day, then I missed a day, did a water change, and then I give them a dose of Fluke S, the Kasuri Fluke S, and then I waited a day, I did a 10% water change, and then I whacked them again. So since then, everybody's been swimming around, everybody's been cruising around, I've been keeping an eye on the camera. I've got a new camera up there on the shed, just above that light fitting there. So I've been able to check them and make sure, but everything's been swimming around and been quite active. So I thought, well, I'll keep a check on them every now and again, see how they're doing. But I haven't noticed out in the garden, but they do seem rather skittish and rather spooked. But normally, they've always got, it's koi appreciation, not bench appreciation. Normally, I've got a big patch of lilies there. Well, everything was. But for some reason, this year, they've not come back. Well, they have, but these greedy bastards have smashed the shit out of them. So this year is the last year that I'm having lilies in. In fact, if any of the others, 2 other pots don't even sprout anything out in the next couple of months, I'm wondering one thing, if it's something to do with the depth being a little deeper, and I'm saying a little deeper because it is only a little deeper. It's not as deep as some of your guys' mega ponds, but since I put them in last year, they didn't do too well towards the back end, and now they're not coming up this year either. So I'm guessing either the tubers haven't fared through winter very well. I'm guessing they're a tuber, are they? I'm going to call them a tuber. So either the tubers not done too well and they're not flowering back up or leafing back up enough. If not, they're gone, because they tend to use the area underneath the acer tree now as more of a little bit of shelter. And then we need to get back into the swing of banging out some content, because I really haven't been doing a great deal of anything. Let me know in the comments, would any of you like to see a little bit more from work? Obviously, I'd have to check with the boss, who's probably still at work. We've got a shipment coming in, but it didn't turn up till late this evening, so he's stopping back to do it. But yeah, if anybody's looking for anything and you're not a member of the Exclusively Koi WhatsApp group, make sure you join up. You'll find it on their Facebook group. Join up, join me tomorrow night for some lovely fish that we'll be auctioning off. Unfortunately, it'll be UK only, but those that aren't can admire from afar. Some of the treatment can kill the lily pads off, not the plant. Ah, Dave, that might be it. That might be, actually. That could be a good shout, mate. Oh, Dave says better than... That's good to hear, Gaz. Better than car problems, as I've got car issues again. Shit, mate. Could do without that. Evening, Gwen. It's deep enough, though, Gaz. It is. It's deep enough. They managed to get through winter. Yes. Now realising somewhat that perhaps maybe I need to put a little bit more food on, with that being as many fish in there as what there is. Yeah, because you've got a proper job. I have got a proper job now, mate. All the other jobs that I've had before, yes, I crafted. That's what I was hoping, mate. That's what well, obviously, I was going to give you the opportunity, given that I mentioned this evening, because obviously, Crafty's auctions are starting to kick off again, guys, and they are kicking off from this Tuesday, 7:30, was it, Crafty? I think. If not, give it a mention in the comments, mate, and I shall give it a shout out and mention while we're here. Have you eaten the cupcakes? Well, let's just say we've had a few. Yeah. Nicking more food from work? No, I have never nicked any food from work, David. I should purchased all my koi food from work. Guys, I have a large lily in a 10 inches of water in a wildlife pond. Yeah, videoed it. I watched it. Crafty the other week. I was stuck in traffic, so I stuck it on while I wasn't going nowhere. Sorry, other week. This week, I was sat there stuck in traffic and I thought, well, I can't go nowhere. Let's have a watch of this. So I watched it through, mate. Seen them. Have you eaten the cupcakes? Well, we ate a lot of them. Not all of them though, mate. We saved some. But we did have about 3 each. anything better than nothing, guys. And work and family first. More luck than me with cars. To be fair, mate, right? My dad gifted me that car, obviously. We've been through why, what, where and when. He has his results. And yeah, not good. It's just a process of going through it now, as it is. But yeah, he gifted me that car and it had 29,000 on it. And it's just gone 40,000 already. That's a lot of driving to and from. But it's not bad. It's not a bad run actually. Oh my God! Get StreamYard back on quick. I cannot take gas sitting under a tree smoking a vape like a 70s porn star. Cheers, Carl. I ain't got the dodgy tash or the corny music. We got the sound of running water, Colin, instead. I wish I could get it back on, mate, but unfortunately we can't. But what we can do is see if we can perhaps maybe squeeze it in and get it. Well, if not, we'll just have to roll the shows over again till next week. But other than that, guys, there's not a great deal more different to tell you or to show you. We've got a new bench. We've got a tidy garden. Some very nice paninis, I think they're called. Peonies, that's it. Paninis are a sandwich in it. I've got this. That's a new one. Wisteria. And that's from Ryan's dad. Giving me a little wisteria plant that seeded in his garden. And I repotted it, and this is all new growth coming, so I want to see if I can get that stuck out and growing somewhere, but they like to be in a lot of sunlight. So either something's getting moved or that I'm going to climb up that wall there, but apparently it grows like stink. I could see if StreamYard is working on mine. Gaz said he couldn't be asked. Gaz didn't say he couldn't be asked at all. The mini pond is still as it is. Like crazy back. The Tamasaba are coming out. They're getting too big to be in the well. The smaller ones are going in here. A few are going to my dad's, and my two favourite ones are going in the main pond. Crafty says, Gaz, what Crafty? What? Let's see what you're gassing at. What Crafty? But yeah. Oh, Crafty, check this out, man. Look, my Goshki Sanke. Sorry, not my Goshki Sanke. My Goshki. That ain't... Can you see it? Yeah, it ain't the robing pattern, mate. It's getting sumi all over the top of its floating benny. Quality has dropped. Fuck you. Yeah, it's getting benny. It's getting sumi all over its benny, man. Gutted. Quality's dropped in the video. Oh, does that mean because I'm not near my Wi-Fi again? Shit. Let me know if that's better. Can't believe I've still got 94 people watching. What's Colin saying now? I cannot believe I paid for the wife and two girls to go to London to watch La Miserables. Got the beers in and Gaz has ghosted me. He's doing a Garden World episode. I'm sorry, Colin. I'm sorry, mate. I ruined your evening. I tried honestly. I tried from quarter to I'll do it. I'll go back into conservatory then. We'll do it live from here. I'll make you all feel like we're going live, but I'll try refresh it and see if we can get it working. But I very much doubt it. Let's see. No, still not working. and give it a quick refresh there. And go back. StreamYard. Log in. Nope. Still can't log in. Still can't go. Somebody sent me a message. I suppose I could show you what fish are here. I could show you what. Look at that one. Well, look at that one, Vince. You're in my Facebook group, mate. Show you a bit more. Today we are featuring the Best Deutsche Award of the BKKS National Koi Show 2024. A very striking koi with a nice zip line of scales running along the top of the koi. And you're actually being owner Vincent Goodall. Dealer, New Forest Koi. So you guys have had a mention this week by the BKKS. And Tony Famo Koi posted it good for us. What's the hang about? Gaz, close down red tube, it might work. Lee, you cheeky bastard. Mark, I'm gutted. Had the fireworks ready and everything. Where was that, Crafter? Facebook. That was, yeah, it was in Facebook, that, mate. Turn it off and turn it on again from New Forest Koi. Can't, mate, don't work. I tried. It don't work. It's not having none of it. But Mr. Howard Koi, he's puppy sitting at the moment. Ryan just sent me a message saying, "Are you on your own?" I am, but I can't get anybody else on with me either because we're going live from the phone. So, get a bit blurry, Gaz. Thanks, Lee. Well, we're outside in garden. I've got to go into the shed for it to connect to, well, to connect to the other one. I've got to go so far. If I go halfway, I disconnect from the house before it reconnects to the internet in the garden. So it's a little bit back and forth. So, unfortunately, guys, I really am sorry this evening, but we can't manage to go live to do the koi appreciation and the normal Thursday night live. But we will resume, hopefully, next week, same as normal. Ryan's just put in there, I thought you was Billy No Mates. Thanks, Ryan. No, mate, StreamYard's down, mate, so I can't go live for some reason. It's got an outage. So I just went live off the mobile just so I could say and let everybody know, so everybody knows why we can't go live. But it's worked out. Hopefully. We shall resume next week, next Thursday night, and I apologise to all. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's the Iceman. I've frozen. Oh, god damn. Way better outside. Get the hamster on the wheel, Gaz. There's loads, mate. There's some really nice koi being sent in this week. Some absolutely stunning fish being sent in, which is why I'm a bit gutted that I can't actually do it. There is well, it'll be rolled over next week, but there is some stunning fish to look at. There are some koi that are in and ready to go, as in the prime bang on. And then there are others that are in stages of development, which have been really good for us all to have had a talk about. So fingers crossed. Well, not fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we can get it up and running again next week. But once I get it up and running, I shall make sure that we do run over those fish again, because there's some lovely stock to be looking at. So, can Crafty and Rick go live? Join in the comments. fish next week? Can Crafty and Rick go live? Join in comments and fish next week. Can't go live, Claude. I'm live now, but I can't go live. The only thing I could do is if them other guys had a channel, I could have added them to it, and we could have streamed on their channel, my channel, and Rick's channel. That's the only way you can do it. You can only go live unless they all drive over to Huddersfield, and we could go live from my garden. But PC. I just can't get everybody in and linked in. That's what StreamYard bit does. StreamYard operates as a third party so that you have a lobby and an area for people to be able to come, sit, join the lobby, and then I can bring them onto the show as a guest. And it's the StreamYard side of things which is not working. I could go live normal on the PC, but unfortunately without that and having something already pre-set up and then showing everybody else, because it's not just me that would need it, other people would need OSB to use that one as well, or OBS. You need everybody to have it so that you can have them on. They'd need to make accounts. Trying to get that done and set up so that we can get that up and running in an hour when I get home at 6:30 till 7:30 is damnly mission impossible. No, yeah, you see, Claude, Crafty uses StreamYard. StreamYard's not working. It's not a YouTube thing. When we do the auctions, when I do the lives myself, when I do the lives with Lee, Ryan and everybody else, we use a third-party program. And the third-party program is the issue. Crafty could go live and I could join him on his, but Crafty hasn't got all the fish on his system and I haven't got time to sit there and forward them all through to him to be able to do it. But we could do the fish next time on. Could go live on yours. That would work. Are you on, Crafter? I could be a guest on yours. That'd work. Could do that. Nothing wrong at all. Gas keeps freezing. Gas. Fuck off, Crafter. Everything has returned to normal. Thanks for the help. Georgie Coy. Yes, sweet Georgie Coy. That's mint. I'm glad. Looks like another night watching the drum go around the deep, Joe. Please say yes, Crafter. Neither me nor Mark want to have... Oh, I'm not reading that one out. So my typo. A professional would have always have a backup. I'm not... No, no. Hey, Jeff, nobody ever said I was a professional. Hence the reason why I've only nearly got 3,000 subscribers and not 30 million. What are we going to do tonight? I'll have to communicate with his wife, David Steelman. Oh my God, you're all bad. Well, what I'll do tonight is if once I've finished this, I'm going to go sit down and watch another Game of Thrones with my wife because I can't go live unless Crafty kicks his off and I join him on there as a guest. Actually, there's no new there, Susan, is there? End of the day, I'm always getting the piss taken out of me. The thing is, though, I like to give it, so you've got to be able to take it a little bit as well. So it's nice for a change, though. Thanks, Dave. Yeah. Listen to the sound of some running water, and I'll do my David Attenborough impression for you. Colin Rate likes it. What I need... I've been feeding all the koi, mate. I've been feeding all the koi. And if Ryan... Oh, just about to leave work. Oh, Crafty. Oh, you've got an hour's... Yeah, well, we'll just have to postpone again till week after then. But everybody in the pond's looking good. Take note, guys. Happy wife, happy life. Can't argue with that. Guys, turn water off. Bladder's playing up. Don't think I can turn it. Well, I suppose I could turn it off, but I'll have to go get keys and switch everything down. There's one thing I noticed. There's one thing I did notice doing the treatments to the pond. And I've said this before in the past that I never noticed it before. But PP in your pond and you leave it just to run its course and don't remove it, your water does turn like sparkly. Makes a big difference. Let's see what we've missed. Susan, I like spending time with my wife. It's only when she's awake it's a problem. Oh my God. Andrew, at least you didn't call yours a dragon. UPS didn't just send that. Oh my God. Mate. You did call her a dragon the other week on somebody else's live, mate. You did. And hopefully she threw you in that padded room for a long time. Shots fired. Definitely, Dave. I'm pretending it's on live so my wife doesn't come in and want the telly on. Tony, you're all bad, you lot, man. But yeah, Lee, I have been feeding all the koi. And I'll tell you something else and all. Ryan can't say shit about me feeding fish. You want to watch Kev do it? God damn. Yeah, Ryan. I don't feed nothing compared to what Kev feeds. That is for sure, mate. If you're still watching. Yeah. Kev done half bang some food in. Talk about me and my bucket. My bucket's not brimmed and it's not full. It's about half full. Yeah. Kev feeds fish, but that's why he gets them to grow big in his pond as well. Yeah, Kev. I found that thing in my welly and all that you left there for me. I found it in my welly. I was working with Kev on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and it was let's just say it was full of it, man. It was. I was getting ripped. I was getting pissed took out of me. I were having a pair of them laughing at me. They were picking on me all day for 2 days solid. Kev was on fire this week. We had a good laugh. But if anybody is interested, and if you're not a member of the WhatsApp group, apparently I'm doing my first live on there. In fact, actually, it's a live. I actually did my first 2 auctions. Not today, yesterday, on the WhatsApp group. But I'll be doing my first one on my own. So I apologise to all if anybody is actually watching and they're actually taking part. Bear with us. It's new, and I'm still trying to sort it out. Keep talking, Gaz. Hang about. Keep talking, Gaz. We're all making out it's still live. Gaz, you seem more relaxed in your new job. Good for the soul, Dave, mate. 100%. Yeah. A lot more relaxed, mate, in my new job. Oh, no freebies for anybody. These have all got to fetch good pennies, or I won't be in the new job for long. Evening, everyone. Late home from work tonight. Sorry, mate. I am actually literally doing this. This has actually been a short live to let everybody know that I can't go live. Figure that one out. And I'm actually already live. But StreamYard, the normal method that I use to bring the live out to everybody, is down. So this was supposed to be a quick, sorry guys, can't go live, but yeah, I've just carried on chelping and reading out comments. But now I've got to pretend I'm still live so that everybody else can stay on the living rooms, in the gaming rooms, wherever it is they may be, where they've confiscated the TV for the night because they normally watch the GKP, and tell the wives that it's still on, he's still going, he's watching, so that they can stay in their happy place and not get in too much trouble. So I'll stay on for another 5-10 minutes. Anybody got any questions? Let's go down that line, see what's what. Has anybody got anything? Has anybody got any fish that they might be interested or looking for? When we got a work in the job, yet I haven't had one single person approach me saying, I'm looking for a XYZ. How about that? All you subscribers out there, and nobody said, I want a job. Doing a stellar job, keep it up. Not if she's watching or listening in the background, it's not going to be. She's going to know what I'm on about. But yeah, it's oh. Yeah, what cakes we got tomorrow? What cake we got tomorrow? Well, we got shit, there's loads of them, mate, all in the fridge. Kept them all. I mean, I don't know if that's the best place to put cake, but I thought it were better than leaving them in the kitchen, which has technically got a boiler in there, so they would have been like dried out concrete bricks. So I've wanged them in the fridge. We got loads, man. We need to eat them all before Kev gets back as well. I'd come and see you at work, Gaz, but I'm across the pond and I'm not a great swimmer. We just want to keep you in a garden till 10 p.m. You can keep us in garden till 10 p.m. I just don't know how entertaining it'll be for you. How's the koi on the door? Oh, mate, it's rusting a little bit. And I can't believe that, Dave, with the amount of coats of paint that I put on it. But yeah, it's still there. It's just got a little bit of rust coming through here on. But it's not rusting. It's, if I give it a rub up with a bit of car polish, it'll come off. It's only the surface. What was that? I missed them. You're doing a great job, Gaz. Technically, you are live, so all's good. Right, there we go. Guys, I'm looking for a Becco female about 30 cm. Ooh. And are you wanting a Wagoi or are you wanting a Deutz? Because I think we might have a Deutz, but I'm pretty sure we've got no Wagoi. Not up here anyway. Not up, well, not at Retford. But I can have a word with Kev and see if Kev got one for you. I might be in tomorrow, Gaz. Oh, Yorkshire bird feeders behind Gaz there. They're empty, mate. I've got shit tons. I've got shit tons of, look, they're all here. Let me spin this round. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and they're sunflower seeds. Another one there growing through my blue slate. The magpies just smashed the crap out of them, and there's sunflower seeds all over the floor, and they've all started growing. I took one of them in to the kitchen. We're growing it on for my grandson. Do you have any Achiba Utsuris? Achiba Utsura? Is that a thing? Achibas? An Achiba Utsura? Is that even a thing? I bet that's a new forest koi thing. Yeah, I bet it is. And a Chiba Utsura, no, but I know of a very good man who does a very good breeding project that will be able to sort you out, and I shall contact him for you tomorrow, Sarah, and see if I can direct you to him. But we don't have any, no, we don't. Vince has got one. So that means it is a new forest koi thing, and Vince got one sneaked into his bowl of doom. Didn't you, Vince? A Shuru, Aka, or Key Becco Steelman. We've got a Key Becco. We have got a Key Becco. But it's only a tiddler. Well, maybe about that big. It's growing on. Vince has got, oh, Vince has got one of everything. Freaking has. I'll tell you something else has got and all. He's also got some of those new fashioned and new designed Evolution, what do we call it? Upflow thingy bobbers. The one with a spider's web pattern on them. Oh, I tell you what, look at this. We're gonna go. That's, Mark, I know you'll have one in your hand. Colin, I know for a fact you'll have one. Cheers, guys. Ladies and gents. I would say there were other beers available, but I aren't sponsored, so what difference does it make? We're gonna have a Budweiser. Ink Garden, Chilbit Pond, and have a Budweiser. Oh, there's new neighbours have moved in. I shall show you this. Right. This one, they've gone. This one, they've gone. New neighbours, just last week. New neighbour, about a couple of months ago. Absolutely lovely. Haven't met this couple yet, but they've only been in for a week. But the young lad that's moved in next door, right, nice lad. So, for once, we've got nice neighbours that pretty much keep themselves to themselves, and all good. It's not a New Forest koi thing. It's a Japanese produce. The Japanese produce them. Silver foil tape is holding at the moment. Vince, sorry mate. Is there any way to send you pics? Not nudes or all that, I'm hoping, Jody Coy. Not this evening, mate, no. I'm literally live with my mobile phone in the garden. StreamYard has cocked up. You'll have to get them. The young lad next door, he's not a massive gardener, and he said, I've got some work to do to keep up with how your garden looks. And I thought, at the moment you've only got a lawn, but that's what we started with when we moved in years and years ago. He said he might be putting a few bits and bats to make some changes in there. But you've got some type of super glue for fish tanks. That will seal it. Just look, the Tempest is good for two things, man. Altitude and distance. Chuck the piece of shit in bin where you should have chucked it. When valve broke in first place, along with everybody else's that bought them with the valve that broke in first place. I mean, let's face it, when you do a recall and then you put them back out again, and that replacement recall leaks within 6 to 8 months, I think that speaks for itself, doesn't it? Not knocking the idea and the design, but the parts and the components that they've used are obviously inferior material, because you shouldn't pack in that length of time. How nice is this? Sitting in Kate's bush, having a beer. "29 fish I've got in my pond. Does anybody want some fish?" I've got a couple of them. Oh, bastard. You just watched me Benny Ginger flash then. Beer in a bush. In Kate's bush. Kate's bush actually needs trimming. Look. It's got bits that are, needs shaping again. Becco, somebody said. Yeah, we've got a Becco. Oh my God. Give the Tempest to Rocket Boy. Fill it full of fireworks. David, that's exactly what they should do with them and send them to the moon, man. The shit. Well, no, that's wrong. They're not shit. The Tempest is good. It works and they do a really good job. It's just the parts on it that are shit. And it would appear that the main structure of it is a rather... Oh, check this out. Sorry, a bee trying to land on me. I'm just going to pick it up and show you, but it flew off. 100%. Yeah, I mean, the idea is brilliant and they work really well, and they do clear your water up really good. They do a good job, but the components that they use are inferior, aren't they? So that's yeah, not such a good thing. Shit, I'm going to have to go in and fill my vape up. Right, go on then. Anybody else looking for anything else? I shall turn this live into a I'm after one of these fish and see what I can sort out for you all, if anybody wants anything. Oh, talking. Guys just set the first firework off. How many gallons is mine? 1100 and something, I think. 5,000 litres, which I think works out to 1140 something like that. Somebody do the math, man. Somebody do the calculation. Convert 5,000 litres to gallons. I'm sure it's 1100 and something. So not that much really. But I've been thinking to myself, why aren't the fish growing? Well, that might be because of the competition and the amount of food that's going in. So I ain't got any other fish that I really want to get rid of either. Or I'd just bang some. In fact, I have got the squash tomato that could go to my dad's. I've got my 1100 gals ish. Yeah, that's what I said. 1147, I think. It's not like I've taken a hammer to it. And that's what I mean. That's the bit I don't understand. You only leant against it and it cracked. That, or just put a bit of shoulder barge into it. Then the Susan launch across garden. Now, Susan, it's not like I'm palming the fish off to my dad. My dad lost all his fish, so he didn't have none. Well, he has. He's probably got about 45 goldfish in his front garden pond, which is literally just a freaking... I mean, that's not even a puddle. But I'm not palming them off. I'm not just... Yeah, Dad, have them because I don't want them. I give them in because he ain't got none left. And we're all dead. I would love to know how K1 gets squashed and goes through cages because I'm too small, even though I cannot go through the pumps. Anyone else find this? I'm funning you. I'm funning you, guys. I've never heard that one before. I'm funning you. I'm guessing that's an American term. I've had the odd piece that sneaked out the filter house and ended up in the pond, and I've seen them floating around as a normal shape, and when I've come back home and I've netted them off, they've been squashed flat because the koi pick them up, chew them up and squash them and spit them out. So I've seen that, but I haven't seen them squash up any other way. I suppose maybe if you've got anything mechanical moving around in there, that could squash them. K1 and K1 micro just gets everywhere, doesn't it? I had K1 micro in there, but that managed to get through an 1/8 drill bit. For all those that don't know what an 1/8 drill bit's about, 6 mil, and that was falling through my little flow tube from second chamber to third. That's not what we say in Yorkshire, Susan. Yeah, it's taking piss, Susan. That's what we say in Yorkshire. That's taking piss. K1 description gets everywhere, no matter what you do. It does. Vince, I set 2 cutting lawn a couple of weeks ago, and I was shaking grass cuttings out. And I thought, I got K1 on my lawn. I have got K1 on my lawn. But it ended up in grass cuttings. Not only one, Andrew had a car 2 weeks and spent 500. Hang about, how about that? I spent 500 and the car won't start and he's stuck at the garage. Joke. What? Dave, you know, next time you go looking for a car, mate, let me come with you. You don't have any luck with cars. I've had that happen where they get through the cage. and in the pond, and the fish chew on them and spit them out. Yep. A charutsura. A charutsura. A charutsura. Do you know what? A charutsura. I don't know. Don't think we've got any of them either, mate. But I shall ask Ryan. Don't think we have. I know we've got a couple of Kage Utsuris and a Kage Shura Utsura, but not a Char Utsura. A Char Utsura, it's like a Char Chag, isn't it? George Murdoch says, evening mate, how are you? I'm good bud, apart from StreamYard's not working mate, so we can't go live. So, well, yeah, we can, because we are, we're live now. Well, I said to Ryan the other day we should go live from work. It did this, which I think meant no. No, I don't. Handbrakes failed, then got a Saab serviced, an EGR replacement, and now it won't start. Well, how would you buy it? You bought a Saab? Did you pick yourself up a set of a pipe and slippers as well, Dave, to go with Saab? Fucking Saab, man. That's an old man's car. It's nearly as bad as a Volvo. A Chagoy with Utsuri markings. Koi Monster says, hope B and F, Daddy's doing well. I mean, what relevance is that on here? Or are you just here to be a dick again? Oh, dear me. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Would have been better off throwing money over the pond. Oh, George Murdoch says I made that vodka for you. Ooh, nice. That's going to be well worth having a drink of, mate. Thank you very much, bud. Have you got new neighbours because someone keeps sitting, doing lives in the garden, getting pissed? No, I have got new neighbours, both sides, yeah, actually. Thought I'd just sit out here and go live with you and go live and have a nosy at the pond together while I explain to you. Gaz, have you got a skimmer? I don't, Claude, but that's something I've actually thought about fitting because I have. That one there is just a little trickle tower that I use just to do a bit of polishing with to make the water a little bit clearer. But it's just attached to a pump mid-water just down here, just dangles in. And what I was thinking about was adding a skimmer to that. But I've also had, now then, is it, I've forgotten the name of the company. Popper Soap? I've had Popper Soap send me a request to do a collaboration with them and some of their products. But they've offered a blade. And I was wondering if the blade was big enough or strong enough, or the pump was big enough or strong enough to be able to run a skimmer and the blade. Or if not, then just up in the pump and having a skimmer attached to that and then just feeding back and returning back through the skimmer and through the blade. That's what I was thinking. But we'll have a look into it at a later date. Glad you did, Gaz. It makes a change from 4 walls getting a bit of fresh air. Would you ever consider building a raised pond? Actually, Dave, I was talking about this when I did this pond, and the idea was doing it just as a simple liner pond and in the ground. What I would like to do, or what I would do if I make it bigger again, is not go any wider any longer, but as I've got the stonework that goes all the way along here, my idea was to take away this blue slate stone all the way around, and then dig down about 4 to 6 inch and put a concrete bib all the way around. But then do a blockwork, breeze block all the way around the edge, come all the way around the parameter, and come up maybe 2 breeze blocks or 3 breeze blocks, but then on the outside dry stone wall it all the way around, so it looks just like a dry stone walled finished pond all the way around it. That was one idea I actually thought about doing. It don't upset me, Koi Monster. It's just not fucking relevant, is it? If you want to know how somebody else's father is, ask that individual. Would you ever consider just give Gaz a couple more beers and he'll talk all night? He probably will. Thought that was your forever pond. No, Dave, the idea is if I was to change it, that's the only way I would. Just bring it up out the floor by that couple of blocks, just to give it that extra foot of depth maybe, or maybe a 1.5 foot more depth, and then it'd be, because it's 800 or 900 deep now. No, I'd never have a window, mate. I wouldn't ever put a window in, because knowing my luck, if I put a window in, I'd be that guy that was up and down cutting his grass. I'd whack a piece of blue slate or a piece of stone or whatever, and it'd hit middle of my pane and all my fish would flush out across garden lawn. So, plus, I personally think, for me, that koi should be viewed as they were intended, from above. Although there are a lot of nice fish out there with a nice side profile pattern or nice scalation and everything else, for me, I prefer the view from top down, as they're supposed to be. That's the Japanese way. There's all those years and years of breeding to make a perfect pattern above the lateral line, and then we all look at them from the side on through windows. And I think that's more of an English thing, or not really so much a Japanese thing. And Japanese koi should be appreciated in the way that the Japanese intended them to be. That's just my opinion, and that's just what I think, and that's how I like to look at them. Looking from above down onto them, you can appreciate the fish and the pattern. Although some fish can be appreciated from the side on, I get it, but for me it's not my cup of tea. I think koi can look a little bit ugly from side on. They can look a little plump, they can look a little misshapen, you know. Don't get me wrong, if I were carp fishing, I'd love to catch a nice big linear mirror scale carp and appreciate it on the banking on that before I picked it up and put it back in, you know, to look at its beauty. But I was going to say I don't have a carp, but there actually is a mirror carp in there, a little one. So that's actually one more than what I thought there was. So there's actually 30 fish in there. Shit, man, I've got too many fish. What's that? That's me, misshape now. I like having the ability to see them from above as well as from the side. There is a real good reason as to have a window. if you've got a window and your fish come past and they swim past it, you can always identify if you've got an issue. You can always see your fish at any point or any time. Swimming backwards and forwards, I guess you would miss less. Let's say, for example, if your fish had an ulcer or whatever. Hi guys, I've had a great chat with Howie Coy this week, following last week's Koi Appreciation on Garomo. So, Sally don't. I seen one today at work. Following last week's Koi Appreciation on Garomo, he wanted to know more about my Garomo Goshke. Oh, mate, that's a very nice fish. That actually looked. I quite like that fish, mate. It was good. Don't let the heron know you've got too many. Yeah, I've not got too many, but some people may consider that I've got too many for this pond. Maybe I have, really. I mean, I can appreciate them all while they're small, but if they were all to grow and maybe as big as the biggest kahaku in there, then maybe I would have way too many. Well, not two ways about it, I definitely would. I'm going to have to do scrapes again this weekend. I've still got fish flashing. Bastard. You think you've got problems with too many fish? I have 120, but it's a big ass. That's a big ass pond to put 120 in. God damn, Dave. 120 fish. Yeah, I ain't got no issues, have I? I should just keep going till I get to. Nah. I want to see them like I do at work. I mean, the amount of leaderage that I've got here is not massive, I know that, but it's comfortable for what I've got in here. And if they all got to like 40, 45, 50, yeah, I'd have way too many. But there are fish in here still from when I first started my pond, which is some 4 or 5 years ago, which I'll show you. One, my new replacement forever bonsai, which is my Becco down here. Ryan might like this. It actually has got quite a nice little pattern. The Becco just down there, if it comes out from underneath. There you go. But that thing is now, that's 5 years old. It has never grown any more than that. It's got a nice pattern, it's got some nice sumi to it, but it's never got no bigger. And there's fish in there half its age that are already bigger than it. The one that I call my squash tomato, that's 5 years old. That's twice as big as that, but it's not growing in length. But the depth and body of it is twice as big as the other fish that's in there. I have 40 fish in my 2,500 gallons. Gonna move a few on this month to charity from a memorial pond. Sweet. No problem having loads of fish, guys. They are never going to grow big in the Arctic temperatures most of the year. I think that's most of my problem, mate. Colin says, Gaz, weird, I have the same foam on my pond but never had it before until a few weeks ago. I started getting foam after I started feeding Sakai Akari. Excuse me. When I fed some cheaper food, I just had brown water tinge to it, but I never got the foam. But if I bang on, let's see, show you. If I bang on a little bit of food, the foam goes in minutes, in seconds. I'll show you. Let's grab a bit. Watch this now. We'll feed them live and they won't come up. We'll see if they do. But look, we're, can I show you that? We've got Sakai, Akari, colour and balance. Let's see what they do. But if I throw an handful on, all those, see, look, having a few more numbers go back in and getting them all treated, they're all coming up and feeding nice. You don't get to see this every normally on a Thursday night, do you? Yeah, look, there's the Goshki Sankey there. See if we can catch it. Where did it go? There's the new Sankey. Just there, that's coming on. But they're not crazy feeding. They're not crazy feeding at all. And I swear to God, it's been boiling red hot today, but that water's only 15 degrees. Yeah, I reckon it's protein, Colin. But the thing is, if you go with the, what is it, like the 30-second rule or the 2-minute rule, the food never stays on there long enough. You know, like it's breaking, you know, it's being eaten. It's not just staying on the surface. And you see how they're spooked? Anything moves and they're spooked. But if I threw on that at work, they go absolutely ballistic. They go crazy for it. Yet it doesn't have the same effect. But I know a lot of that's temperature driven as well. It doesn't have the same effect. What was that? Colours what? Colour is 18 and above, probably wasted protein. You're probably right, Paul, but don't tell Ryan. I get it for free. I'm not messing. I bought a bag and I've had it since last season. So I thought, it's been open since last season. It was from the, what do they call it? The Newark Showground. So rather than not feeding it and it going off, because it's been open for nearly coming up to 12 months now, I thought the bit that I've got, I can give a little bit of the colour to the tamasabas with, because the tamasabas are on this as well. So they're getting a bit of colour in the tank because they don't get as much daylight. But I mixed it in and banged it all together and thought, sorry. Water doesn't know it's 3 degrees under, does it? But yeah, it's just mainly to get rid of it. And there's also these things. Look like fecking peas. And I had about 4 handfuls of that as well, so I mixed all that in too. But I tell you now, if I put an handful of mealworms on there, it won't last seconds. They'd be gone. But I'm trying not to feed them any treats to try get them to eat the greens before they eat the pudding. But yeah, they're feeding now, look, slowly. But normally when I throw an handful on, all those bubbles go, but there's less than what there was. Anybody know what that is? Because I reckon it's a cross between a garomo and what do they call a metallic kahaku? Oh, I've forgotten the name. A metallic kahaku. Miziogon, is that right? I reckon this could be it, because it looks like a kahaku, but it's metallic and it's ginrin. But then it's got like the Garomo Sumi kind of colours coming up on it as well. God knows what it is. But that was another of the first fish. It's the only one that's grown bigger than everything else that was in there. Yamatanishki, that's a Deutsch, that's a metallic Sanke. Message retracted. Kikasui? No, Kikasui's... No, I suppose. Nah. Let me see if I can get it on picture for you there. It's there. That one. I do that because I don't know what it is at all. It does look like, that's what I thought, metallic Garomo. It looks a bit Garomo-ish, but it also looks like a metallic kahaku, which is it a Miziogon? No, it's not a Miziogon. What's a metallic kahaku, Vince? Oh, where's Rick when you need him? Yeah, I reckon Ginrin Garomo. Just a crap one. What do they call it? Come on. Can't remember. Sakuriogon. There. Oh, you typed it in just as, there you go. I thought it was a Sakuriogon, but then that sort of like Garomo colour started coming up on it. Yeah. No, actually. I won't get rid of it because I do quite like it. I was talking today with Andy. I mean, I can appreciate all koi. And I do appreciate all koi. I like all koi. I'm more into Sankis now than I am showers. Not too sure I'm going to have a shower again, I don't think. I think I'm going to get myself a bruised kahaku, as Arvin says, a Garomo. But I am tempted to get another, but no more small ones. And then obviously move one or two of the slightly, yeah, a bruised, a Garomo. That's what Vince calls. It's what Vince calls a Garomo, a bruised kahaku. But instead of it being, if the Sumi turns into blocks, then it'll be a Yamatanishke. That's the thing though. It's overlaying the bene. Been out to the pond for 15 minutes. A Buddha or an AI? Now then, Kev told me how to pronounce that over there and I've forgotten. Shit. In AI. Garomo. And our friend at Sushi was talking to me and sending me some messages from last week's live, and it's Karomo, not Garomo. And I said that to Ryan, and Ryan said he believes that that's the classification of Garomo, which is Karomo. It's well confusing. So I don't know which is the right way of saying it now, whether it's Karomo or Garomo, but apparently we should be saying koi as goi and not as koi as we do. Yeah, the pronunciation is how we say it apparently offends his ears. But yeah, if anybody doesn't understand what I'm on about, go back to last week's live and look at the comments backwards and forwards. Get another beer, Gaz, then you can show Lee the mosquito. I will actually get another beer because that one's gone. Shit to it, why not? I'll top my vape up as well. Now, bear with me. If it all goes fuzzy and shit and I have to come back out, bear with. My beautiful assistant might pass me another one. Am I there? Has it gone off? Am I back? Am I back or not? I don't know. Yes, no? Oh, you're back. Oh, damn. I've just been talking to you all for ages. I didn't realise it gone off. I've got a bit of... when I go from here in the garden, there's this guy, and I'll say it again now because you didn't hear it before. There's this guy from this channel called Humbercoy, and he put me Wi-Fi out of my shed. But there's a little bit when I go in and outside where it disconnects sometimes. Not always, but every now and again. When I reconnect to the house and then disconnect from the garden, there's a little lag between. So I had to refresh to bring it back on. So, sorry, you missed it. But I did go get another beer. Evening, everybody. Being busy. The bottom drain. What's this, Gaz? Almost live. Yeah, this is Gaz almost live. Gaz likes, looks like Gaz has put 50p in the meter again. Yep, I have. I got one. I've got, maybe, yeah. I've got the router in the house and a router in the garden. It's just when I disconnect from the one, when I go from this, when I'm connected to the one in there, and I walk back in and then walk into the house, it connects and switches over. And then when I come back out, it disconnects from the house to connect back over. And it's that little lag bit that when you're live on YouTube, it don't like for some reason. But I'll only be going back in one more time. And when I go back in one more time, that'll be last time. So, and the live will be ended. But yeah, this has been a bit of something different, hasn't it? It's not every day a week you get to sit in the garden and join me having a beer by the pond, chilling out. It's actually a nice way to spend the evening. I should have put the fire pit on, kept warm, maybe set fire to Kate's bush. I still think I've got problems in this pond. Actually being able to sit out here for a little bit of the evening and keep my eye on them and watch them. I think there is something, they're still flashing every now and again, odd one or two. What was that? This has been very enjoyable live, Gaz. I won't go that far. To be fair, Gaz, smash this. There's lots of professional actors that could not have carried this on like Gaz has. Colin, you're a knob, mate. Did you get back on, Dave? We had to adapt, Tony. Oh dear, what's been going on, Dave? What's happened to bottom drain? Right, well, Manchester Coy says, I've got fish flashing. Mate, I'd got fish flashing and I trekked for flukes. And that were all I found. And then I had 2 die, which is about, I don't know if it wasn't this week, it was last week. I scraped the 2 dead fish. One fish I found fluke on. I scraped the second fish and I found lots of fluke. But I also found Costia, mate. So I tried doing a few more scrapes on a few other fish and taking a little bit of a longer, you know, on the outer side of your scrape, of your slide, when you put your slide cover over the top, you'll see the water where it's moving. You'll see when you put the slide over the top, you see like it squashes too, and you'll see as it moves around, you'll see liquid just moving around all the mucus slime. Have a right good look in that bit there, because that's where you normally tend to find Costia. Right, there we go. I just woke up and saw the beginning of the video. Right, now we got Atsume. Sushi. Is that right? Atsume, sorry. Atsume. How is it pronounced? Is it Kuromo or Guromo? Which is, because I wanted to make sure that we're, obviously don't want to be offended. I want to make sure that I thought, and somebody else I know thought, that Kuromo was the classification of the type, not the actual specific type of koi. If you understood that. And is it goi, not koi? Not with a K, with a G, but pronounced with a G and not pronounced with a K. Bill, evening all, Alan Tishmash, Gardening Hour. In the end, they still swim like that. Yeah, Nishiki goi, which is goi in it, they're not koi. Nishiki goi. So then it's Kuromo, not Guromo. It's a type classification, yes, Manchester koi. So that's what we thought too. It's nice to see the fish. The best bit about this, I know that although we may still have a few odd little issues with a few parasites, the fish are now active and they're not all parked up and they're not all sitting at bottom end of pond. It's Kaz, not Gaz. Fuck off, Chris. And at the end of the day, they still swim like that. Still swim like what? My fish are all just here. They're just here, waiting for food. They're not swimming like anything, just enjoying me being out in the garden at the side of them, feeding them. What's wrong with the fish behaviour? Why can't they let their guard down? Well, have you heard of these great big birds called herons that like to eat fish? Well, they like to eat fish out of my pond, so the fish are always scared of being eaten. Go figure that. I mean, I wonder why. I mean, I don't suppose I'd show any fear if somebody were trying to eat me every day a week. I think I'd just be cruising around in life like everything was fine, everything was hunky-dory. Yeah, the fish are shitting themselves because they're scared, because a predator comes around every day while I'm at work, or every other day it comes round and it walks around the garden seeing if it can get to the fish, but there's a net on there so it knows it can't, and then it buggers off to the next place to go see if it can eat. I mean, most of us would shit ourselves or act like that if somebody were going to eat us. So what you've got to remember, mate, is predator knows this pond's here and it'll keep coming back here if it can get a free, quick, easy meal. I can't imagine this is a pond of someone who talks a lot about koi. Nah, mate. Why is that then? Why is that? No, this is what it's meaning, Colin, watch. Right. They're all there now, watch. When I stand up, watch what they do. See? They all get spooked and they all dart away. Now, he believes it's because there's an issue with my fish in the pond. And there is. And that being the predator that keeps coming around to try eat them. But when you're trying to get that across, yeah, it is natural, yeah. I mean, if a cat jumps over the fence and lands at the side of the pond and sits there looking at them like it does from my neighbour's house over there, they become scared. I can't imagine this is a pond of someone who talks a lot about koi. Well, Assume, I believe you're someone that talks a lot about koi and you live in a flat and don't even keep koi. If you don't relax koi and encourage feeding behaviour, koi will not improve. I don't understand, right? I don't understand what you don't get, right? And I'm going to break it down to you fucking simple. If I was to put a grizzly bear outside your front door, and every time you open your front door, that grizzly bear tried ripping your face off, I don't think you'd be too relaxed. So how can a fish be relaxed when a predator's trying to eat them every time it comes into the garden? They're only going to be relaxed when the predator stops coming, as you would only be relaxed if you stopped getting chased by a grizzly bear. What's not to understand? If you can't get your head around that, well, then find another channel, because you're dummy titting. Simple. For long enough, I've listened to the same shite and drivel fall out your mouth, and it makes fuck all sense. AI Garomo, Paul Cunningham says. But how is it pronounced though? Lee says, woo, have I missed much? Variety, class, Karomo. There you go, that's what I thought. The beauty of the hobby is that it can be as cheap or as expensive as you want. It's what's important is the enjoyment. DT says 100%. Jess Rice says, don't fall for the rage bait, Gazzy. He's talking nonsense. He always does, but at some point, you can only take so much where you've got to turn around and say, you're talking out your ass. To be honest, in Japan, this is considered to be the highest priority and something that everyone is particular about. Fireworks on standby, Gaz. It's pronounced I. Pronounced like Igromo. That's it. Yes. Thank you. Igromo. Atsumi. Atsumi. K. Friend or foe. No. He's a troll that goes around 90% of the YouTubers' channels, either sucking a dick or digging an insult. And to be fair, it's gone on for long enough. And there's many a person that's never understood a single word. I mean, I can understand. Because if I lived in a flat, would have a fish tank with koi. Yeah, I would. And this is the thing. He doesn't even keep koi. Or she doesn't even keep koi. Don't have any. Doesn't mean that they don't know anything about them. But how do you stop a fish? I mean, I tell you what I will try taking the net off and sticking my head underneath the water and having a damn good word with them and saying, now listen, I've put a net over the top of the pond. You have nothing to fear anymore. You don't need to be scared because it can't get to you anymore. I'll have a good strong word with them, and I'll even drop them a text and let them know that they're safe. And then they can all start just swimming around normal and behaving. And when they start behaving, they'll start eating better. When they start eating better, they'll start improving. But I will do it. I'll stick my head under the pond and I'll give them a damn good talk to. I don't know what else. I don't know what else I could do. What can I do? How can you stop a food source being afraid of the predator that wants to eat them? Maybe full cover with a board and they won't see you there and gas. Yeah, that might be it. You can't stop it. It's nature. It is. Nature's natural instinct is to run if something tries to eat them. But they're comfortable around me being in the garden, and they're comfortable enough to come up and feed and eat, if you can see them for all the bubbles. But we can't stop them from having a natural fear. I could send them a fishy email, yeah, we could do that. It just takes one fish to get spooked and dart away, and then they all dart away. Is A&C Koi not here today? I don't know. My fish were never like this before, ever, never at all, until the heron came around and started eating them. And ever since then, they've remained rather spooked. Yeah, they are. I mean, you can't, to be fair, you can't blame the heron. At the end of the day, they're just doing what they do. Always here, guys. Yay, there. Yes, they are. See, they've got a lovely pond. Have you ever had a heron round on your pond, A&C? Because your fish do naturally cruise around nice, steady and slow. Have you ever had out round by yours? Yeah, I mean, you could always come over from Japan. You can always come over, I'll put you up. I mean, that's probably about the same size as your apartment. The living shed, and you can be my natural defence for the pond to keep the heron away and encourage the fish by yes mate, but not for years. Their pond is not hang about, right? Listen, their pond is beautiful to look at, and their pond is pristine, and their fish are stunning. But if they had had a predator around their pond, because let's face it, all those fish that's in that pond now haven't seen the predator because they've been replaced a few times with slightly better fish and better fish and better fish. Not knocking you, mate. At the end of the day, if those big fish, I mean, if a heron could come in there and take a fish that size, then I'd understand those fish being scared. But my fish are from this size to, I don't know, maybe, I think that's right. My fish, the biggest in there is 50 something cm. That's half the size of most of A&C's koi. So my fish are easily mouthful size for most herons, which is why they're quite flighty and quite scared. 55 cm. Cheers, Dave. I'm in my garden, Dave. What about you? Huddersfield, mate. If they were bigger, if my fish were bigger, I don't think they'd be as bothered. But when the small ones dart away, it's still before 6 in the morning. No, and that's the thing, it's not. Because between 4:35 and 6:35 in the morning, that's when the heron wants to come and eat them. I know, because I've sat there at that window watching for it to come. And it turned up at 5:35 the first time, and the second time was 6:30. So it has a little window that it flies around all from where I live. Right, let's see if I can show you. Where those houses are there, if you go over there about 1.5 miles, there's a massive big fishing lake. And in that fishing lake, it's full of fish. And the heron comes from that direction, straight over. It lands on the top of my shed roof there. And then it drops down here. And it walks all the way around to that stone there. And then it walks down here. And it comes to have a look in there. it's eaten all the fish that was in there. They've all gone. It's got them all. Even though I've netted it off, it's still got them. Because there were only little small ones in there. So the fish are always going to remain spooked till such time as that herring either pops its clogs or nature takes its course and, you know, something else happens to it. Yeah, I have two, Anthony. David Steelman says, or Steelman David, sorry, says, I'm Sheffield, Stocksbridge. I do think if you had a bit more depth, they might feel more, yeah, I reckon you might be right there as well. Yeah, that's what we was talking about earlier on. That if I did raise it up a bit, make it another foot deeper. But that's money, and it's something I've not got a great deal of. So right now, it is what it is till it isn't. Doesn't matter, guys. I've got a massive common carp, and that got a hole in its head. They don't care about size. Shit. Sumi says, I'm going back to my bed again. Nice one, mate. Don't let the door hit you on the arse on the way out. Bye-bye. I hope that Gaz and his friends will soon be able to boast about their improved swimming skills and atmosphere. Oh, you know what? I should have left you banned when you were banned before. We can't all have a lovely pond like A&C Koi do. Some of us, I can only have what I can afford. And what I can afford is this. And this makes me happy. So fuck you. I don't really care whether you like it or not. How's that grab you? Not bothered. I have this pond for me. I put content out for me. If people enjoy it, they enjoy it. Finish the sentence, Gaz. Oh, sorry. You do it. I can't right now. I can't afford. I'd love to. I tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to knock that shed down. I'd like to build all this up. I'd like to come up another maybe a foot and a half, 2 foot. I'd like to have a drum filter system. Man, I'd like to have running water in my back garden, but I can't have water in my back garden because I can't bring it through my house because I can't get it under floors. There's lots of things I'd like to have. Hell, I'd like to have the National Lottery winning numbers, but that ain't happening either. I'd need to save for a good while to be able to do any more. Then I'd have to persuade my wife to make the garden more water in it than what's already in it. But to be fair, right, I enjoy it as it is. Yes, it's not a brilliant pond. Yes, it's not as nice as the lights as A&C's. And I will say it, A&C, your pond is stunning, man. It is mint. Perfect. It's a beautiful looking pond. Would I like to have a pond as nice as that? Yeah, I'd like to have a garden as nice as that. How you've got it and how it is, now it looks is absolutely lovely. I like my garden the way it is. Compared to what it was when I moved in, it's a hell of a lot better. But I think, and I personally believe, that a garden grows with the more you put into it. And from what it was like 15, 16 years ago when we did start this garden, it's improved, it's getting better. My pond would have to get better than what it is at some point if I want to continue to keep fish and get them bigger and grow bigger and, you know, have nicer size to them. But right now it's as it is, and I'll enjoy it for what it is. A hobby, somewhere to sit, relax and chill out, and that's what it's about. It's not about throwing cash at it. Guys, when you start in a 24-hour start, it's already started. I'm going for it. No, I'll get my arse kicked. Guys, you don't have to explain yourself to troll. No, it's not. This is the thing, right? As British people, we keep koi, and we keep koi the way we keep koi. And as a Yorkshireman, I keep koi the way I keep koi, and that's the way I can afford to keep them. Yes, there's better ways of keeping them. Yes, there's better ways of being able to provide for them a better environment, heated ponds, you know, better filtration. But we do what we do to enjoy the hobby for what it is. And if that makes us happy, and as fish are healthy, which is the main thing, I've lost 2 fish. And I've given other fish away. But I've lost 2 fish. 2 fish in this pond has died. I've lost more fish because they've been eaten, but I've lost 2 fish through my mistakes. And that's not spotting cost you. That's it. That's not bad going for 5 years fish keeping. Now filters work even better with a bigger pond in my view. I mean, to be fair, Dave, they do. It works just as good as it did in the last pond. It's clean, water's clean, parameters are good. Yes, it could be cleaner. Yes, I could have a skimmer on it. Yes, I could have a better filter system. But right now I can't afford it. So, I mean, you've got to remember, as it is right now, I chose to leave my place of work and was out of work. Still having bills to pay just to get me out of that shit job to be doing what I'm doing now. So I got to save some cash back up. Guys, does it make you happy? That's all that counts. It does, mate. Sometimes it stresses you out though when you lose a fish, especially when you know it's your fault and you've not done something you should have done, and that's because I missed the cost here. But yeah, 99.9% of the time it does make me happy. Do you know what? More than anything, I like to be able to get up on a Saturday morning when everybody else is in bed, come down, make a cup of coffee, come out here. I used to stand there by the door, come out here, stand there, have a cup of coffee, have a vape, throw some food on, watch me fish, and all the troubles just melted away. And that's what it's about. Now I get to go do it at work all day long and do the same thing. So 24/7, it's like that. If your fish are happy and you enjoy it, brilliant. Yeah, exactly. Koi keeping costs enough as it is without all the top-notch equipment. Yeah, I agree, but I mean, it would be nice if we could all afford. I like the tinkering side of things as well. I like to see if I can make something that'll do the job. And if it's not right, mess around with it a little bit more. And I know there were some people out there that took piss out of my filter system, but yeah. It is what it is. Saturday mornings are great. Coffee and just watch the koi. That's what I do, mate. Come out, make a coffee, watch the koi, cut my grass, tidy up garden, enjoy looking at them while I'm doing it. And that's me. I'm happy. Come out here on an evening, come out in the morning, feed them in the morning, feed them on an evening. Need to get my feeder going again and get that back on. But I personally don't think it's been warm enough. I like cleaning my filters, mate. I do. I said to Alice the other night, I said, I'm just be outside, I'm just going to sort a few bits and bats on pond. I'll be 10 minutes. I come back in an hour and a half later because I set to and started cleaning filters and washing my sponges and stuff like that. I do enjoy it. It's part of the husbandry of it all. It's not all about tech. You can have to look after your koi. It's good husbandry in line with the kit you do have. I've had the same filter system from the start. A Wisey pressure filter and a box filter works great for me. Yeah, and again, same thing. Chris, you've got to go out there, you've got to pop up your drain, you've got to flush your system through, you've got to rinse all your stuff through, rinse it all down, spin your thing around on thing to clean your filter, whack it down, drain, rinse it all off till it runs through clear, and it works, doesn't it? Yours is not a top-notch one, but your pond, and now you've got it laid out, is absolutely mint. The look of it is really natural. And with the bridge going over it into garden, mate, I just wish my garden were twice as big and I could have had my pond situated in a different area. But it is what it is. We have got what we've got. My pump's just packed up yesterday. Got to get another now as well. Yeah, that's what I mean. UV bulbs, everything. I made my own moving bed and copied your design, guys. That's what I mean. You can do it easy. I've never seen a good reason to change it. Well, I didn't. If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly why that filter has been a pain in the ass from time to time, and I have made a couple of little alterations to it, but it's done its job and it's worked, so why change it? Leave it as is. I think if I did put a fancy all singing and dancing filter system on it, then I'd be bored because I wouldn't have anything to do on a weekend. By which I mean I wouldn't have me able to get up in the morning and do what I do, clean my filters, cut my grass, tidy my garden. I'd have that aspect gone, and I think I'd get bored of fish keeping. Trust me, I clean a lot of filters and I don't get bored with doing it. I have 2 DIY 55-gallon drums, filters, a moving bed, mechanical, simple, easy, works for me. Guys, what filters are you running? I'm not running a filter, so to speak. Stay there. In fact, I shall leave the phone there and I'll go get the keys and I'll show you. Because if it had took you all in there, then it had disconnected, and if it had disconnected, then you'd all gone, oh, he's gone, it's frozen, he's gone off again. So I have 2 filters running, so to speak. One on the outside, which is just a water butt that is filled with, well, the bottom part from, let's see if we can get that so you can see it. Right, the bottom half there where that little ridge is, there's a little shelf put in there with plastic, and this is just water in here, which then flows out of that pipe there. But all this from here up is full of media, and then there's jack matting and coarse, medium, fine filter sponges. So that just gets picked up, picked up mid-water from down here and just chucked through there just to polish the water a little bit. And then my filter system is made up of a 3-barrel filter system in the same barrels, same size. So this one is full of jack matting, this one is moving bed, this one is static bed, and then flows in and returns. But we've got dry mounted pump in there, pulled up from the retro bottom drain, up through the UV, along into this tank, up flows through the jack matting, down and through into a moving bed, up flows and back down into a static bed, up flows, down and returns back out there. So that's my homemade filter system. There we go, what's it? I enjoy cleaning the filters out, washing my car and cutting the grass. Simple but fun. Yeah, you can't beat giving car a wash, mate. Fettling it all up and tidying it all up and making it look nice and sparkly. You've got your best job. You've got the best job. You do your hobby all day and get paid for it. True, 100%. And not only that, I also get to go to work and learn from people like Ryan and his dad and Kev. And that is furthering my knowledge, which is even more fun because I get to learn a little bit more. Guys, it doesn't matter what sport, hobby you take, there's always people who think they do a better, or things bigger, better than you. Most just have bigger egos to look after. Takes all bloody day to clean the car. It does when you're doing it right. If you're doing a proper job, it does take all day. Get a good wash, chamois lever it all off, go around all your trim. When you've gone around all your trims, clean all your interior, vac it all out, dashboard, windows, maybe not all day, but it's a good 3 or 4 hours if you're doing it right. How do you prime your dry mounted pump, Gaz? Because it looks to be above the pond's water level. Ah, well, you see, Tony, I don't need to prime it ever, because what I do before I go about turning this pump off, I switch off that ball valve there and that ball valve there. That creates a vacuum in that little pre-filter there. So it creates a vacuum in there and stops that water from flowing back out. On the retro bottom drain, I have a non-return valve halfway down the pipe. So that pipe stays full. The non-return valve stops the water from flowing back to the pond. But although you can't really see it, that pipe runs uphill. So when I want to prime the pump again, all I do is open that valve and the water that's in that pipe backflows down, reprimes the pump, and I press start, and that's it. Up here for thinking, mate. Slight slope to the pipe means that pipe, in the water that's in that pipe, backflows to the pump and it auto self primes. Just by putting and I only put if you imagine a spirit level bulb where you've got your 2 lines, I just made it so it was slightly on a little bit, so that there's a little bit of a run back. When it runs back and I open that valve back up, it just pours back in and fills back up the pump, and away we go. Just press the start button on the pump and it's off, it's running. So I don't have to prime it. See, that's what I'm saying, simple, yeah. And it works. Right then, seeing as though we weren't going live, and now we've been 125 minutes and 6 seconds. Mate, Gaz smashed it today. He schooled me in koi keeping, gardening, washing cars. Done a better job in the live than that Jonathan Ross. It's great when mistakes work out. Fuck off, Mark. That was not a mistake, it was deliberate. It was a cheeky bastard, man. It was not a mistake that worked out. It was deliberately thought about because of exactly that reason. When I wanted it to backflow back so it flowed into the pond. So it flowed into the pump and filled it back up again. But I'll be honest, the mistake that I did make was not having, I don't know if you can see it, right side of the, whatever that fish was, there's a non-return valve there. So when I emptied that, when I opened that valve and it flowed back out and back down into the pump, it then it flushed all the way back through and just filled the pond back up. So obviously that barrel had half emptied and the pond had overflow. So I actually had to fit the non-return valve in the pipe to stop the water from backflowing out. I'll give you that. That was the only mistake. But it cost something like £3.40 odd for a non-return valve from Screwfix to put it right. Happy days. Right then, ladies and gents, you've been a right laugh. And I'm going to wrap this one up as a non-live live. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get StreamYard up and running again next week and we can get everything sorted out and we can appreciate all those lovely koi that got sent in this week, because there is some absolute bangers. But I will say, guys, usual thing, if you've been enjoying this madness and this kind of content, do us a huge favour. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Until next time, guys, keep smiling. And we'll catch you on the next one. Good night, all. He says, good night, all.